Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Turn Radio Network, and welcome to Offsides College Football's Top 25 plus 5. And you have John, Kahlin, and Michael. And John is the host. Kahlin is the host. I am just the third person that starts us off. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about tonight. So here we are. We've all been waiting for this all summer long, and we are here right now, ready to rock and roll with, guess what, our favorite time of year, college football, because we just couldn't wait long enough. And anyway, we are ready to start. John, you got all kinds of stuff we're going to start off with, man. Let's start off with the top 25.
All right.
Let's start off with that. Let's go with that. And we have somebody ringing. Diesel, quiet. We have a dog in here. He's usually with me all the time. And he's barking. He's excited for college football's top 25 too. That's why he's barking. So anyway, guys, you good? Good job. Now you can have a receipt. You can see Grandpa's handling about 4 different things, which is really cool. I got the grandson who wants to have a Reese's cup. He is eating his dinner first because we had to negotiate with him, and now he's going for his Reese's cup. It's amazing how that works. And then we had somebody that just came to the doorbell. So anyway, John, who do you have in the college top 25? What is your top 25? And let's talk about it.
Starting with number 25, the South Carolina Gamecocks.
What do you think?
25?
Yeah. I think they're a little better than that.
Yeah, I do too.
I think that people are underestimating them. They have Kellen, come on in. I think that people are underestimating them a little bit, and we have a team that Lenora Sellers is just—he's a playmaker, and he's big, and he's hard to bring down. He's like a running back, quarterback, all in one. And they have big size now on that offensive line. The average size of that offensive line, I believe, is right around 305 to 320. They're big.
Yeah.
Yeah. And pretty good defense. They've got decent receivers. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people in the SEC.
Yeah.
So I have them, even though they're top 25, number 25, I see them more as a 15. But
they were banged up last year. And
yeah.
This year, I don't think they'll be able to. I think they'll be able to compete in the SEC with Georgia and Alabama.
Well, they were close to Alabama last year, this far away. It was like one play, and it was this far away, and they almost had them beat. So
honestly, they should have had that.
They should have had them beat. Absolutely. All right, number 24.
The Louisville Cardinals.
I like that.
Yeah, Louisville's always been up there. And a lot of people like to write the ACC off. But then again, Clemson lost the first game, and we thought for sure their goose was cooked. They were done because Georgia just went down there and kind of – they didn't beat them up. They mugged them. They mugged them pretty good. And when I walked out of there, I just said, Dabo's in trouble, But he was able to right the ship. And Clay Kubnik, he is that guy. You give him a little time, he is a good quarterback. Klubnik. Yeah, Klubnik. However you pronounce his name. Klubnik, excuse me. But it is, I think they could be the top runner in the ACC this year. I think they're going to the playoff.
Yeah, so they end up playing Miami, Clemson, and SMU. So, they get the top end of the conference.
Yes. Yes. So,
And their week one opponent, Eastern Kentucky, that's really not your test.
You don't know with Eastern Kentucky, though. They've slayed a few giants, But will they slay them? No. I think that what you saw last year with Georgia doing to Clemson, you're going to see Clemson doing to Eastern Kentucky. If not, well, then the ACC is they're in shambles.
They have a lot of work, uphill battles this year.
They do.
They're not participating in NIL.
They aren't?
They are not.
Oh, boy. Say that again, John.
The ACC is not participating in NIL.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's a big battle to overcome uphill. Everyone else is handing out cash, and they're not. So that is all. Yeah, that's.
Clemson is.
Yeah.
In North Carolina.
Yeah. Well, that'll be interesting. With North Carolina's new coach, that we know is the old coach up there of New England. Yeah, Bill's going to be handing cash out.
You're on top of the table or under the table, one of the two.
Yeah. You want this? What you want? He's going to hand it out now. So that'll be interesting. All right, number 23.
TCU. They have the starting quarterback returning, Hoover.
Yeah, but
And
it's hard to put TCU in the top 25 this year. It is, and it's simply because you have Kansas State, you got Iowa State, you got Texas Tech, you've got Oklahoma, or not even Oklahoma anymore. It's
Oklahoma State.
Thank you, Oklahoma State.
Too many.
Arizona State,
Baylor, all of them.
Baylor. Boise?
No,
Boise's not in the Big 12. Who are they with now?
Boise's not Big 12, are they, John? Or are they Big 12?
I'm looking.
Was it not SM?
Mountain West.
Yeah.
Boise's Mountain West. Okay.
Boise's Mountain West, because what is it? Not SMU, but the other one. Yeah. So that'll be very interesting. I don't see them as a top 25 team.
I know.
Yeah, even
it's
though
too much of a gauntlet to get through.
Yeah, they've got some super contenders there, so that'll be interesting. What's your take? What do you think? You think they're top 25?
They have 9 returning starters.
That's
Offense
pretty
or
good.
defense?
Yeah.
Defense or offense?
5 on defense, 4 on offense.
As long as they're key playmakers, then
If it's defense and they can hold their own, then it may. So we'll see. Number 22.
Number 20, the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Iowa's got that good defense.
they got a lot of players coming back this year, and they actually found a quarterback.
Who do they have?
Gosh, I think he's a transfer in, but I was just seeing it posted on up one of the forums.
Who's the quarterback at Iowa?
I don't have it written down right now.
Hang on.
But they have 5 on offense and 5 on defense coming back.
Yeah, and their defense is sound. Their defense every year has been sound. It's kept them in games. They actually played Iowa State really, really well.
They're the C+ team of the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I like that.
I do. I like that too. They're close to the C++. but they're the C plus. So
And for instance, this is his 25th year.
yeah, he's been there a long time.
He's been there. He's been the head coach of any other team in the NCAA.
Yeah, he's been there the longest, I believe.
He's around Noah and Abraham.
Yeah, he was the third child of Isaac, I believe. Jacob, Esau, and then there's friends. He's been there. Oh,
But he's 104 and 24 all time. He lost. He's lost his share of games.
yeah, This will probably be the last year for him. So we'll have to wait and see, and go from there. All right, let's go on down. Number 21.
Arizona State.
Yeah, big hit when you lose Scatterboo.
Yeah.
They're
bringing back Levin.
Yeah, but Scatterboo was one of those guys that just, if you didn't have two on him, maybe three, and he always looked like he had a twitch too afterwards, like he was working through the concussion while he was playing and still hitting as hard as he could. So, but you couldn't bring him down. And I mean,
I'll tell you what,
but they're kind of loaded still.
I'm
they're
the most returning players of any team in the country.
Yeah, I could see them.
It was 17 starts.
15 teams.
I would say Arizona State is probably a top 15 team also. On top of it, they have a good opportunity. Kansas State, they do, to win the Big 12.
And they really only have Texas Tech, Iowa State,
Yeah, Iowa State's the trick there. So
TCU,
it's
Utah,
there's going to be some tough teams.
West Virginia, Arizona.
Who do we have at number 20?
Number 20 is the Duke Blue Devils.
Duke?
Duke.
They've been on the up and up.
Yeah, but Duke does what Duke does. I mean, they get served their dish. They somewhere along the line, they're eating at the fine restaurant and they find themselves at the buffet. I don't know why.
Their two big opponents are Illinois and Wisconsin.
Yeah, I mean, why enjoy ground chuck when you can have filet mignon? It's one of those deals with them. So
Yeah, but
we'll have to look at them later on in the year and see how can I put this, true blue they are.
I'll tell you what, don't sleep on them.
Yeah, you can't sleep on anybody.
I'm just saying, don't sleep on them at all.
Okay, all right.
They were last year. They hung right there with Georgia Tech. They took SMU to overtime. They hung right there with Miami until late.
But again, this is where I say you're eating at the fine restaurant. It's a 5-star.
Yeah,
And
but
the next
they
thing
ran
you
the
know-
table on everybody else.
Yeah, but then when you're eating there, you find yourself at the buffet instead.
Yeah.
It's it's China House.
They're a B, they're a B minus team.
They're a B minus team. All right, who are we at now? Number 19?
19, Illinois.
Okay, Illinois is one of those teams that,
It's hard to rank them.
yeah, well,
I mean, not like in the sense that they're not deserving. No, they're plenty deserving. I'm just stating in the sense that is it going to be a run-heavy team? Is it going to be a pass-heavy team? Or they're unpredictable and what's the outcome?
it's the old Wisconsin coach.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is off of there.
Yeah.
But and he's a good coach.
Yeah.
He's not a bad coach.
Belima,
Or no.
Bellama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brett Bellman.
and he is a good coach. They will be prepared. For who? I don't know. You know, are they going to get past the Penn States? Are they going to get past?
They don't play Penn State, but they play Duke, Indiana, and Ohio State.
Oh,
Yeah, and Kirk Cignetti had Indiana. He kind of got blessed with one whole team last year. The flight was good. They landed. They played well. They got into the playoffs. But now that the team is pretty much the starters, I think, are pretty much gone. I don't know how many they have coming back. This is where you're supposed to be doing the research.
what, Indiana?
Yeah.
I mean, they'll hold their own. I could see them as an 8-9 win team. But Illinois is the same way. I would see them as an 8-9 win team. On the high end, 11 wins.
Are they playoff worthy? No. But
Possibly.
are they a good bowl game worthy? Yes.
Are they a contender? No. Are they playoff possibility? Absolutely. It's one of those takes because I would even rank Michigan in the same degree. They're coming off of a 7-5.
I don't know.
Yeah, 7-5 season last year. Of course, at the end of the year, they caught their stride, beating Ohio State and then beating Alabama. But
John, did we lose you? John.
But even before then, though, they had an identity crisis in the beginning of the year. Then they figured it out. What's to expect at this point? Yeah.
Sorry, my old age is catching up to me.
Oh, that's okay. I'm dealing with the same thing over here.
Yeah.
The old age thing.
I just don't have a catheter hooked up to the desk yet.
I don't think that they're a playoff contention worthy team, but I think that they'll be on up there to win a good bowl game or something. Number 18.
Number 18, Kansas State.
Yeah, they're a team that I think is going to be interesting. I could see them right on the outer cusp of the
8-10 season.
8-10. I can see a 9-10 win season.
And
But
Iowa State week 1.
Yeah. 8,
there's a game.
8-10.
There's a game.
They're opening it up this year, actually.
Yeah, so that'll be a game.
That's is that this Saturday? No, 23rd.
Yeah,
It's Saturday.
this Saturday. Absolutely. Number 17.
The U.
Miami University.
I think it's a little low.
Well, okay, so what's his name is there now? He has come over from Georgia to there.
Yep.
Beck.
Bennett, right?
Beck.
That's it, Carson Beck. I don't know.
Beck.
I don't know why I forgot his name. Maybe it was one of the two sisters he was dating, the Cavender twins. I'm not sure. He's a good quarterback, but I think it's going to take more than a quarterback to keep them on track this year. I don't know what you think, but I think so.
They have 8 stars coming back, and the big game, week 1, Notre Dame.
Ooh. I'm sorry, but I got Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think that Marcus Freeman is going to be more prepared.
Oh, yeah.
They have something to prove. Everyone should be scared of Notre Dame because they were so close last year.
They were there.
And I think this year, I think this year is going to be a year that they really want to keep taking a step forward. And they're a great chess team.
Yep.
They're putting all the pieces on the table and placing them in all the right spots. Question is, can they get the checkmate?
the problem with Miami is they end up losing 4 games a year, and they shouldn't lose 2.
Right. And I don't know how it happens every time.
Yeah,
And
you look down a list, 4 more losses.
all right, I don't know. I think they could be on the bubble, but we'll have to wait and see with Miami. Next up,
Number 16, SMU.
They're a good team.
They are a good team. You know, they're not taking any cash at all right now. Did you know that when they came into the conference?
Yeah.
No, they couldn't.
Yeah,
They're
they're
still under.
Eli, get out of there. I think they're
That's
still.
probably why,
Your mama's here. Go out there.
that's probably why they are not participating in NIL either.
Mm-hmm. They're
And
still under recruitment stipulations and stuff.
right, yeah, exactly. So I don't know how long that will go on for. Like for what amount of
They
time?
had the time.
Yeah,
They were brought back from you know where.
yeah. So it'll be interesting, but they were right there. It didn't work out quite as well as what everyone wanted, but I see them right there again this year too. So
They play TCU, Clemson, Miami, Louisville.
ooh,
Yeah.
like I said, they're right there. If they can get past those hurdles,
Yeah.
they'll be right there. You know what I mean?
So they average lose 3 a year. And right there,
Yeah, they're right there.
Yep.
Next up, number 15, bubble teams.
Boise State.
Boise State. Boise State averages about 2 losses a year, sometimes just 1. That incredible team, well coached. Somehow or another, nobody could play on the blue field real well. It's I don't know if it's the turf or it's the color, but it throws all the opponents off, and nobody's figured it out yet. I'm not sure if it's glow in the dark field. I'm not sure what it is, but they've got some kind of magic over there.
So Boise State has to travel to South Bend.
This is true. But I still think they're a team to beat. They could very well be in the playoffs again.
Yep.
Number 14.
Indiana.
No.
Nope.
How do we say that, John? No.
C plus.
You're a C plus team. You had an A- season last year, A-, but I don't see you back in the playoffs. No.
They, believe it or not, they have the 13th most difficult schedule for this year.
And that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I want to see how they compete.
Yeah.
So they play Illinois, Iowa, Oregon, and Penn State.
2 of those are a loss right away.
Yeah.
Penn State will roll them. Oregon will roll them. I don't see them getting past those 2 games.
No, they might beat Iowa. They might beat Illinois.
Yeah, and Iowa and Illinois they're a toss-up.
They're a 3rd place, 4th place, 5th place team.
Yeah, they're I is that for the old Brown judge? I'm not sure.
What?
Or is that Minnesota?
Minnesota and Ohio State is for the jug.
No. It's Minnesota and.
Oh, you're talking about. There's so many in the.
Yeah, there's so many. We have. Yeah.
The Axe.
Yeah, there you go.
Run you
Okay.
next, and then you have the Turtle, Illy Buck Trophy, the
Eli.
oh man, there's another one that's pretty cool. Which one is it? There's the Jug. Who is the Jug? It's Minnesota and somewhere.
I know it is. I'm going to go. Philly, I'm getting a cup of coffee. Go to number 13.
Number 13, Clemson.
Oh, Clemson? That's a good place.
They have, believe it or not, they have 16 starters back.
But can they fulfill? That's going to be the real key. You know, Cade Klubnik had big shoes to fill, and his first showing was terrible. We'll call it what it is. His second showing looked better, but he still had glimpses of errors. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him this year. What you got for number 12?
Number 12, this is my bubble line. 12, LSU.
I like that.
And they play Clemson week 1.
Yep.
And I got Clemson because Coach Kelly cannot win a big game.
Nope. But where's it at?
Clemson.
Clemson. Yep. Who you got for number 11?
11, Missouri.
The Mizzou?
Mizzou.
I don't know. How many are they returning?
13,
Offense or defense?
8 defense, 5 offense.
I could see it. But at the same time, though, I could see them having 7 wins. It's hard toss-up in the SEC with them right now. Especially when you got teams like South Carolina, Ole Miss, Bama, Georgia, even Kentucky on the up and up. I could see him as a 10-win, 11-win top, but I could also see them with a 7-win bottom.
Yeah. They end up playing South Carolina, Alabama, and Texas A&M this year.
They're
not loaded.
Texas A&M will be a win.
Yeah.
A&M will somehow choke that away. But getting past Bama and Carolina is going to be the real test.
I don't think South Carolina has beaten Texas A&M yet.
They blew them up last year.
Did they? I don't think so. Did they? John, who won that game last year?
I don't know.
Carolina did because it knocked off Texas A&M from being in the top 10.
I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. I'm trying to look up the score right now. Anyway, will they get past them this year? I don't know. I don't think so. I think South Carolina wins that game.
Yep.
I think Carolina wins that game. Go Gamecocks.
I don't think South Carolina plays. Yeah, they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah, they play him. I'm almost sure they play him.
South Carolina's on the up and up right now. And the way and the culture that they've got about the team and the swagger about them,
He's his daddy.
they're going to be a good team.
Yeah.
The question is going to be becoming, are they going to be able to get over that hump to get in the playoffs? That's going to be the key component.
I think they're hungry for it.
I do too.
And they can be dangerous if they get in there.
They have 4 games that they have to win.
You're not getting, for whatever reason, this might be the best year for them to try to get past Georgia.
Yep.
Okay? Now, they used to go down there and play Georgia real well, very close every time.
Until Georgia took the lead.
Until Georgia took the lead. But
And South Carolina does not play Georgia this year.
Oh, now that changes things, though. Who do they play?
Bama and Oklahoma.
They play Missouri, LSU, Alabama, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Clemson.
They've got a very favorable schedule.
They've got a gauntlet.
They do, but they don't. Alabama, they were this close.
They
last
can
year.
beat. All right, look. They can beat Ole Miss. They've got to play fast though. And is it at Ole Miss or at Carolina?
I didn't mark it. Where?
Oh, if it's at Carolina, they got a good chance. If it's at Miss, it's a hard say. But
I don't know. Beamer is like his dad.
I know he is.
Frank.
Yep.
And he's getting that team prepared. He's getting in the recruits. He's getting them back to that Steve Spurrier attitude.
Yep.
When the Gamecocks went 10-2, and Spurrier told everyone, "Why not us?"
Yep.
And he proved it could be done. Spurrier had the recipe to prove that it could be done. So it'll be interesting. South Carolina is a dark horse, but I think that they are a very strong dark horse. Would you agree, John?
Everything has to be, no injuries and or limited injuries, and they have to win some big games on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them.
All right, we're getting down in the top 10 now.
All right, so we are at what number?
Number 10.
Number 10, Texas A&M. There are 15 starters coming back plus their quarterback.
I could see it. It's the same thing though. It's like they have a ceiling, but then they have a bottom. They could end up 11 wins. They could end up 8 wins.
Yeah, they're one of those teams. Everything is going good. They're 6 or 7
and then all of a sudden,
the steering wheel comes
40
off.
points dropped on them.
And when the steering wheel comes off, or they blow the tire, they're headed right for the retaining wall. I don't know. So next thing you know, the airbags are popped. And everyone's shaking their head. What happened? So,
I think they're over Jimbo, though.
They I don't know. They could be great, and then all of a sudden they could be
implode.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they held that firecracker just too long before they tossed it. So that'll be it.
Opponent is the UTSA.
All right, so who is number 9?
Ole Miss.
Yep. Right there in the top.
Yeah, but they lose those big games.
They got to get past Texas. They got to get past Georgia.
They
got to get past Bama.
They're not good at getting past Georgia.
Nope.
Georgia seems to be one of those teams that slips them up consistently. Kirby Smart has their number.
Yeah.
And he enjoys it. So that's one of those things where Kirby is out there. He's got the top shelf liquor. It's right there on the sideline, and he's taking a shot of the old Glenn Levitt or whatever. And the next thing you know, Georgia's up by 2 touchdowns. So can they get past the big teams?
That's the question.
That's the question.
Ole Miss only has 5 starters coming back.
Yeah, and there's your answer.
It's going to be rough.
And
there's the answer.
They play LSU, Georgia, and South Carolina.
And that's 3 teams that they could very well stumble on.
Yeah.
That's 3 teams. Other than that, sounds like their schedule is pretty favorable.
Yeah, they have it's easy if you want to say that for an SEC schedule.
Yeah.
But see,
SEC just went to 9 conference games, by the way. They have agreed to go to 9 conference games.
And the other interesting thing is the teams can't count out Vanderbilt.
Nope.
Pavia is back, and he wants to send a very clear message
By going 7-5 again.
And yeah, he might. But look at the teams that he beat to do that. He's like, I'm going to wreck your season just because I want to.
Exactly.
And then on the
That's
teams,
what Vanderbilt is, though. That's all they got to look forward to.
and then on the rest of the games, it's like, well, you can't say, well, we beat you because it's not going to happen. It's they lose to teams that they should have no business losing to.
Yep.
And
beat
then to the big
teams.
teams, they come in there and wreck a season. It's like, you know.
And Vanderbilt is not participating in NIL because they don't have to because they have the money.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 6.
No, number 8.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
number 8. I'm sorry, I jumped down. It's
Tennessee.
the dyslexia, folks. It's a dyslexia.
Tennessee.
I like that. But at the same time, I don't know what to expect from Tennessee this year. They could be a bottom feeder at number 25. So,
Now, who's the quarterback?
great question.
He left.
Yeah, he left.
You know, who's the quarterback? I mean, did one of the coaches jump in there that we don't know about? You know? Do we have an offensive coordinator in there? I don't know. You know.
Tennessee's best bet was last year, unless a miracle happens and they magically gain a quarterback.
Yeah, it's. And remember, everyone's gonna do top-heavy SEC.
Oh yeah.
So it's. I think you're seeing it now, and they're not counting on the other teams, but we'll find out. Number 7.
Penn State.
I think Penn State is getting
I could see them higher.
underrated.
Yeah, I could see them higher.
You know, I think that if there's a year for them to come around,
It'll be this year.
it'll be this year.
And they could come out and run the table for all we know.
Yeah, and they could.
Penn State plays Oregon, Iowa, Ohio State, and Indiana.
Yeah.
They don't have Michigan, do they?
Nope.
They could win this year.
And they could potentially run the table,
Mhm.
and they could. I mean, when you've got Jim Knowles,
Their
and-
2 games are going to be Oregon and Ohio State.
yeah, you could always count on Penn State losing 2 games a year, but that was before. Now you have a defensive coordinator that is worth his salt.
Yeah.
They used to call that linebacker U.
Yeah. If Jim Knowles invests, and I'll put it that way, if he invests into Penn State the way that I've seen him do, like at Oklahoma State,
and Ohio State.
then you can't really say Ohio State much. You really can't, because he had an issue with
Yeah, but personal issues aside,
personal
he
issues
ran a
aside.
very good, solid defense.
When he lost to Oregon, Ryan Day stepped in. That's all I'm saying. So from that point forward, they went from a 3-3-5 to a
Yeah, they changed it up.
Yeah.
It's
back to a 4-3-2.
4-3-2. So it'll be very interesting to see how they do. But I think that they're underrated. I think that they're probably a top 4 team in my thoughts. But we'll wait and see. All right, where are we on? 6?
6. Alabama.
I could see that. Now, can DeBoer get
Yeah, can he get the players to respond to the culture?
like Saban could?
Or is the culture gone?
Yeah, Saban would be
That's
out.
the real question.
He'd be out there barking at those players.
Saban would have never allowed last season to happen.
No.
4 losses.
Yeah, he'd have been out there and said, "Get in the truck. You stink." You know.
You've been off the team.
Yeah.
A couple of those instances that
Yeah.
there would have been some players
You
removed from the
stink.
team.
You've embarrassed us. You've embarrassed the whole family. Get in the truck. You know. That's how Nick ran things. I
Yep.
mean, you know, and then he'd chew him out the whole time and walk the sideline, following him down the sideline, saying, "What were you thinking? Go sit down on the bench. Think about what you did." You know. So, number 6 is a good spot for them.
Mhm.
I like them at number 6.
You got a number 5.
Number 5.
Notre Dame.
Good spot.
That's a good spot for Notre Dame.
Yep.
I think that's a fair spot for Notre Dame.
And they've got a good bit of a hard schedule this year too.
Yeah, well, they do. But you know what? Marcus Freeman
He's gonna have them ready.
he's a good fit up there. He's a very good fit. He's an old.
Reminds you of old Trestle Ball, didn't it?
Yes, he did. And I'm going to tell you that he was fierce. So
it was old school trestle ball. If you look at the national championship last year,
and he plays that way.
Yeah.
You know what it is? He is one of those guys, John, that comes in there and they don't just grind. They will physically try to beat you up. And they proved that to Georgia last year. They got into the trenches and they said, we'll go pound for pound with you.
Mhm.
And they did. And then they did it to Penn State also.
Yep.
And, was it a punch in the mouth? No. But, was it a little bit of a smack across the chops? Yeah.
Yeah.
The
dinger went off and Notre Dame was up.
At the end of the game, it was, watch your mouth. Number 4.
Georgia.
A good spot.
Yeah, you just can't. As long as Kirby Smart is there,
They're going to be a contender.
Yeah, because he brings in the talent. There's no question. He brings in the talent. He has that toughness.
But the question becomes now, though, are teams catching on to Kirby?
Is there a parity forming?
Is there a parity forming? Because he got into a couple close games last year.
Yes, he did.
And the playoff kind of showed that, when they finally ran into Notre Dame.
But when push came to shove, just like the Texas game, Texas was up on them. And somehow or another...
Oh, they fought back.
Yeah, but they fought back and then came back and, and won that game. Whether, Texas slipped on a piece of ice or whatever it was, Georgia,
Sarkeesian, I don't know, phenomenal, whatever you want to call it. Like,
Are we calling it a Penn State? Did a Penn State happen?
Yes, it did. It was a Penn State.
Stated.
Yeah.
His whole coaching career has been. He's like, who was the guy at Louisville who had the motorcycle wreck?
Yes, and it happened to them too. They couldn't seem to get over that one thing,
Yep.
I mean, they were edge to edge with Clemson, if you remember, and I thought, wow, they're gonna upset Clemson. Beautiful, beautiful, and whatever happened at the end, it's like, oh, what just happened? What happened? And I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. Number 3.
Oregon.
Good spot.
Yeah. You're dealing with speed. He's a great coach. Laney's a good coach.
The thing about it with Oregon, all right, is they're going to score points.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to score a lot of points.
And they're fast. They're real fast.
So you honestly got to come out on Oregon like Ohio State did in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
You've just got to attack them and don't stop.
Yeah, you got to hope that maybe Dan Lanning went out on a Friday night and got sauced or something, and then
now I will
take
say
advantage of them quick.
I will always say, at the same time, I can always say this. Last year, if you look at the 2 games, Ohio State versus Oregon, Ohio State had the smallest of little mistakes that cost them from blowing out Oregon.
Well, I would say it was a pretty good blowout.
No, I'm talking about it in Eugene. If you look at it in Eugene, there was three times, I think, stalled drives due to stupid penalties that Ohio State would have scored.
I think that the mistake was putting the offensive line the way it was.
Yes.
Actually, after the injury to Seth McLaughlin,
Yes.
all of a sudden they found an offensive line that would work. Who's up next? Let's get the next biggest guy. And fill spot. That's it. So that's a good spot for them. Number 2.
Texas.
It's a good spot.
I don't know. Arch Manning, Texas is stacked. Most of their defense is coming back.
But they're still run by Sarkeesian, so.
Is Sarkisian a Franklin?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes, yes.
What do you think, John?
I think he wins 8 games a year.
Yeah.
And the three that he loses are the 3 he snatches victory out of the jaws of
Defeat. Yeah.
It's a true statement. I mean, look at last year. What are the losses last year?
But they weren't blowout losses.
No,
but
they don't have to be.
I think
But
John's right.
If you
have-
can't, exactly. If you can't win the games that you need to win, what's the point?
But you have to understand, new conference, getting used to new conference. But I think John's right. In that one, they have that's a perfect analogy. Ripping victory or ripping defeat out of the jaws of victory is what they did. And they punished themselves. They put their own dog collar on and gave themselves,
Look at Texas versus Ohio State last year. It came down to the final, right before the strip sack touchdown. But why? Look at the break. Why would you? The 3 plays that came before. Run up the middle. Why? They knew it was coming. Then you passed, which that didn't work. And then you're going to try to run to the outside again. You lost 4 yards. And then from there, at that point, they already know what you got to do. You have to pass. It's 4th down. There's nothing left that you can do.
Yeah, and I mean, when you looked at that, when they did run that to the outside, that was you're playing against the number 1 defense in the country.
You could see it a mile away. I was at home watching it saying, run!
Helen Keller spotted that one from 2.5 miles away. And she didn't even watch college football.
No.
Texas has the toughest schedule this year of any team.
I believe it.
Who do they got?
Their tough teams are Ohio State,
they got Ohio
Georgia,
State.
Texas A&M.
And then, of course, the rest of the SEC.
Who else in the SEC?
I don't know, because I only picked their toughest opponents in the top 25 that I did.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's
number 1.
Number 1.
Ohio State.
Yep.
Can they do it with Julian saying? My question is this. Will Howard was a big boy.
Will Howard was a dog.
And
that was the thing about it. Will Howard had the swagger about him. But he wasn't egotistical. And that was the thing about it. He was humble enough that he knew his job was very simple. Put the Lambo in drive and no evasive maneuvers. It's that simple. All Julian has to do is hold the steering wheel. That's all he's got to do.
Yeah. And I think that's the biggest question. I think Ohio State has 2 very capable quarterbacks. And you'll notice Lincoln didn't jump ship.
No, he's not going to.
Because he stuck around, and I give that kid much kudos. And you got to remember, he was tossed into the mix of Missouri game to a very good Missouri team that was 10-2.
Oh yeah, with 0 reps or anything.
Right,
I mean,
and they had
basically ice on his arm.
They had full strength when all their players were there for that bowl game, and Ohio State, because of disappointment and delusion, delusions of grandeur at that time, bailed. And they said to this kid, after Devin Brown got hurt, well, it's your turn. And the poor kid he was the 3rd string, and he
played decent. And that's the thing about it. Like, he played decent.
He ran for his life.
Yeah, absolutely did. But
and then he was hurt too. But he said, you know what? I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to do this. And, they ate his lunch, but only by 2 scores, to where had they been at full strength, they would have beat Missouri head-to-head.
Oh, yeah.
But And I've never liked that. And I don't know if you would say the same thing, John, but these kids deciding, oh, I'm not going to play in the bowl game because I want to go pro. No, you got a free scholarship.
Oh, yeah.
And because you got that scholarship, you cannot entertain the thought of bailing on a game. I think that once you're committed and you do that, and you bail on a game, hey, you know what? Pay back your scholarship. You're going to make the money in the pros. Pay back your scholarship. Until that time, every game in the NFL, you take a risk.
Yep.
Well, you take that risk the same way in college. And most of these kids are insured anyway. They have big insurance on, if they get hurt. So,
plus medical staff.
Yeah, plus a medical staff, to take care of them too. I don't like the idea of kids bailing on college games and bowl games.
No.
I think that it is arrogant. I think that it is disrespectful to your teammates, disrespectful to the school, and I think it's.
But in the same regard, though, I can honestly say this: if you're a big time program, let's say Oregon, and they miss the grasp of the playoff, they get stuck with the New Year's Six Bowl. Sure, they want to win, but at the same time, let's say the quarterback, the wide receiver, and the running back all want to sit on out because they're going to go pro. It's a great time for younger players to step into the prime life. So you have the goods and the bads that go along with it at the same time. It is what it is.
I don't care if it's the Big Pen Bowl, okay? Or the I don't care. I think that if you're there at the school, you play. That's the whole premise. You play the game. So, folks, there is your top 25 there, courtesy of John. What do you guys think now? Now we're going to delve deep into something here, and we are going to move along, and let's talk about Michigan. Let's talk about those
slap on the hand
NCAA wonderful guys that seem. Their analogy of how they handle things was poor. I mean, absolutely. You had two teams, especially USC. If you go back to USC, they stripped them of the Reggie Bush of his Heisman. They banned them from bowls for what was it? How many years?
2.
Was it 2 years? 4 years?
2 years. 14 wins, 1 Heisman, 1 national title.
And vacated the wins on that.
Yep, vacated 14 wins, 1 Heisman, 1 national title, 2-year postseason ban, and a financial
recruits.
And
Too.
yeah, 30-something recruits.
Yeah.
Scholarships.
Strip them down to the bone. Corn on the cob doesn't get eaten closer. So
no, and seeing the funny thing about it is like Southern Cal hasn't gotten back since probably what?
Since then. They've been close here and there.
Yeah, never fully stuck with it.
Yeah, they're still, and everyone thought that, okay, Lincoln being there, they were going to do okay. But then you get also into Ohio State. Urban Meyer, I don't think in his mind at all did he think he was going to sign on to a team that was going to have the penalties that they had.
Yeah.
And Gene Smith had to go to him and say, we got a problem. And they took away 12 wins. And basically, hey, look, you can't sit there and go play in the championship, which they would have made.
Yeah, they went undefeated.
And because they were 12-0. So they were undefeated. And it was for the kids.
Phenomenal team. Yeah,
and it was for the very reason that they told Michigan, oh, well, those kids weren't there. We don't want to punish them. Well, it was the same difference.
Yeah, these kids weren't there.
And it was for the same thing, NIL, basically. It was tattoos and some memorabilia. And everyone's like, well, they played ineligible players. They weren't ineligible.
They were already playing. They were playing the year prior.
They were playing. They had, at that time, those players weren't serving an ineligibility until 2011.
Well, it wasn't even that. It wasn't served until what, the eighth or ninth game of the season, and they wanted the players to sit out for the remaining 4 games. And no offense, personal take for me, if I'm told to sit out and it's my final year, I'm playing the games.
Yeah, and basically the NIL comes in then later on, name, image, and likeness, and that kind of nullified that.
Yeah.
So, they punished both these teams good, and Michigan gets slapped. I don't care if the head coach left. We knew he was going to book. He knew he did wrong. He was looking for a job, and probably in the middle of the season, or in the last,
he knew
4 games, he's like, "Uh-oh, we've been found." I'm getting on the phone right now with some of the NFL, and let's see what I can get.
But I will state this, as much of a slap on the hand as it is, well, at the same time, they went after the pocket of Michigan. And I was, I agree to an extent because it affects the recruiting, it affects the nil payout, and it affects the wallet, essentially.
But they always get the wallet.
They always. That's the thing. But here's what Michigan's done now. Michigan went back and appealed it the same day. So now it's going to get tossed up into the courts. And it'll stay there. And it'll just stay there for years. Now, the thing about it is that Michigan still has to face the penalties towards recruiting. Everybody forgets Michigan just got sanctioned for recruiting right before the sanctions for the Sungate,
but
I guess you could call it.
They never even took into account that a couple of the coaches went in there and broke into the computer systems and were watching the girls having.
Yeah, but that's separate. You can't tie the two together.
Oh, you tie it all together.
Well, yeah,
it's called dirty.
But as far as the sign stuff goes, it's it says enough when you've basically been crucified at the stakes. I can't play in college football anymore.
Yeah, it was an elaborate scheme, but it doesn't matter if the players were there or not because you're not affecting the new players. No. What they should have done was, we're going to vacate. We'll give you your national championship.
Yeah. Vacate 21-22.
But we're going to vacate 21, 22, and
you can keep your 15-0.
Yeah, 23, and or they won it in what was it, 24, right? Ohio State won it. No, they won it in 24, but 21, 22. You vacate those wins, you punish them for it, and they have to suffer like everybody else did, and you take away some recruiting.
Yep.
I mean, there's the lesson there. Then the teams, but the NCAA proved to me, first of all, they have no teeth.
Nope. No spine, no back, nothing.
They don't have the gravitas, to be fair with anyone, because they butchered Kentucky last year. We saw that. They butchered Kentucky last year.
All they've stated is that they have favorites. That's all it is.
they're biased. They wanted cash. They were getting ready to go defunct. Okay. And they said, what's it going to take to bail us out? And they were on the phone with the banker.
So 40 million sounds nice.
Yeah, you guys were 10 million in the hole. 20. Let's go.
No, final numbers, it's over 30-something million.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that.
And this is what I meant, though.
Do we need them? Are they relevant?
What, the NCAA?
Yeah.
Not really.
Are they relevant anymore, John?
I would say just for the historical
pretext, yeah.
Not today's setup.
No.
Can't we just put a plaque on the wall for them then?
Rest in pieces.
They were here. We acknowledge them. They did okay, but they're gone.
Great years.
Yeah, here's a plaque on the wall for you. And then let's go from there.
No, I think what you're going to see now is that you're going to see a contract structural basis, kind of like the NFL. Players are going to start going under these contracts, and contract breaking or void of contract is going to start affecting some of these kids. You see a little bit of it now with the NIL. As great as everybody wants to call it out to be and whatnot, these kids didn't realize that as soon as they went into the transfer portal, your nil, your scholarship, all that goes out the door. The minute that you've entered your name, all that's gone. The minute that semester ends, it's on you. You've got to pay it on up. So if you don't get picked up by another team, you're back at home.
Yeah.
Sit on the couch.
Yeah. It's a very, very tough lesson for a lot of these guys to realize, especially, being 18, 19, 20,
So who is the most overrated team this year that will blow it and stumble because of stupidity, basically taking the ice cream cone, sticking it on their head, and using their own tongue to beat the snot out of themselves?
Florida State.
Miami.
Florida State. Okay. John's got Florida State. You have Miami.
No. The real clown this year. Let's see.
Oklahoma State
It's really a tough
was
one.
last year.
I'm
Who's going to be the 0-12?
no. They won't be 0-12, but they'll miss the playoffs because they got sloppy at the end
Bama.
and they missed the judgment of the 1 yard line to the end zone.
Oh, I'm back to Miami. It's Miami.
Yeah,
It's Miami.
John would say, we used to say, you take an ice cream cone, you put it on your head, and when you're not thinking right, you take your tongue and you beat the snot out of yourself trying to get to the ice cream cone.
And then call yourself a unicorn as you're doing
Yeah, that's the team that I'm talking about right there. I think, in all honesty, it'll be Alabama.
It's either going to I'm with you. It's either going to be Bama or it's going to be Miami.
And it's DeBoer because I
It's
think
going to either be DeBoer or it's going to be, what's his face? Beck.
yeah, Miami. Yeah. What do you think, John?
I still think it'll be Florida State.
Florida State?
Yeah.
Florida State.
They haven't been able to pick up the axe off themselves yet.
Florida State did that all last year, and I'm just not sure they wiped the ice cream off their head. They might still have it in there. It's still melting up there.
Well, I think even everybody's figured it out. You put Florida State up in the top 10 for what, 3 or 4 years in a row just to watch them win maybe 7 games, 8.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. Well, I mean, this is something that we get to talk about. Now, next week, folks, we won't be here. I am actually going on vacation with the family. The week after the big games, the start of the season. And let's go down it real quick. Picks for week 1. Who do y'all like? John, go over them.
Ohio State plays Texas.
At Ohio State. I'll get Ohio.
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Yep.
Ohio State?
Yep.
John, who do you like?
I don't see Arch Manning as much potential as he has. I do not see him going into Ohio Stadium and not being unscathed.
Nope, just pick your team on this one.
Yeah.
Just pick your teams.
I'll use my formula. Heck with that.
Oh, he's got the nasty formula. This is going to be tough for everybody because John has the computer formula. Mike has the take a good guess formula.
So Ohio State by 2.5 points.
2.5.
I'll take that.
All right, next game up.
Next game, Oregon plays Montana State.
Well, we know the winner of that one.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Call the name.
Oregon.
Georgia plays Marshall.
Georgia.
Georgia.
And number 5, Notre Dame plays Miami.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
And I just don't know how Beck will do at Miami yet.
He'll be a wreck. Just like his last name, it matches up. It rhymes. Beck the wreck. I don't. All right, next game.
Penn State plays Nevada.
Penn State.
Yeah, I'm going to take Penn State. because they're
Yeah.
physically going to outmuscle them.
by 15 points a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that.
Court.
It'll be a woodshed. It'll be a woodshed.
Next, Tennessee plays Syracuse.
Syracuse.
I'm taking Tennessee. I don't know who the quarterback is, but it could be
Syracuse.
No.
I'm taking Tennessee because they have all that defense back.
Yeah, exactly.
The defense that gave up 45.
Yeah, but they played at force. But
What force?
next game,
Ole Miss plays Georgia State.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. And Texas A&M plays UTSA.
That's God. You can't write UTSA off, but
The Roadrunners.
Yeah.
yeah, they're tough. They're tough.
I'll take Texas A&M. I like
Texas
the
A&M.
Roadrunners. I like the Roadrunners, but
Me too, but I'm taking Texas A&M.
Yep.
Missouri plays Central Arkansas.
Mizzou.
Yeah, Mizzou.
And here's the killer right here. Number 12 LSU plays at Clemson.
Clemson.
Yeah, you know what? The only reason I'm taking Clemson on this game is because
it's at Clemson.
well, Kelly ain't figured out how to win the first game.
No.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
It's been a decade of
All
near
shorts. Yeah.
yeah. He's the one that knows how. Out of the prime
lose.
example of what you said, to take
Defeat from victory.
defeat and rip it out of the jaws of victory, and he does it so efficiently every year.
time.
The first game, and and he tells his guys about it. Do you remember last year? Do you remember the year before? Let's not do that again this year, and the year before that, and he finds a way to do it. And
Bring
it's
back Miles.
yeah, and it's a great game all the way to the end. And all of a sudden, there's the field goal going through the upright, and he's like, "Oh man!"
He's got that stare
Louisiana,
like he's
come on.
looking into the sun. You can't see.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's him on the sideline.
Yeah, he's got
Every day you got that look.
he's got a whole bottle of Tums, and it's all for the first game.
Yeah.
So,
He's probably sweating right now.
all right, next game.
Indiana plays ODU.
Oh, Old Dominion, huh?
Old Dominion. Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana.
Indiana for me too. Boise State is at South Florida.
Ooh.
I'm
I
gonna
got
take
Boise.
Boise State. Yeah,
Boise.
I like Boise State.
They'll be thoroughly thawed.
Yeah, but they somehow or another they pull it out, and I don't know how they do it, but they pull it out every time. So Boise State. All right, next one.
SMU plays East Texas A&M.
SMU.
Yep. SMU.
SMU is my pick too. Miami versus Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
And I have that as a toss-up.
It is a toss-up, but I'll still take Notre Dame. Advantage, Marcus Freeman.
Yep.
I'm looking at it right now.
Now, I will say this though. Well, did Beck play against Notre Dame last year?
No,
He didn't play, did he?
no.
Who's hurt?
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, never mind. No advantage to him then, because he's never played him before.
Yeah,
Straight up, I have Notre Dame by 4.
yeah,
I'd take that.
Notre Dame. Next one.
Arizona State versus Northern Arizona.
Arizona State.
Arizona State.
With their 17 starters back, Arizona State.
Yeah, you can't count the Sun Devils out on that one. I'm sorry. They're
They were a good team aside Scatterboo.
Yeah, I mean,
The defense was phenomenal.
and they've got a whole bunch of people coming back. I think that they have the best chance of outright winning the Big 12.
That's cool. And then the big game of the week, Iowa at University of Albany.
University of what?
Albany. So basically,
Iowa.
University of Albany, the high school team.
I know.
Yeah. So
So I said Iowa.
yeah, it's Iowa without a doubt. And, I mean, they have no business playing them.
That's my next argument about the BCS. If you're going to play in the BCS, the Southwest Community College of Louisiana is out.
Not the community college of whatchamacallit versus
We call that padding stats.
Versus
Or
Alabama.
Alabama playing Mercer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some things that should never be allowed, and if it is, it should be a movie at the drive-in movie theaters. So next up.
TCU versus North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Ooh.
Bill Belichick, I got North Carolina.
Not so fast, my friend.
You'll see.
That's the toss-up game to me. And it's at North Carolina, so
North Carolina.
And TCU is returning 9 players and their quarterback.
yeah, I'm going to take TCU.
North Carolina.
What do you like, John?
TCU.
I'm taking TCU. I agree.
We shall see.
Next up.
Louisville versus Eastern Kentucky.
Louis.
Yep, Louisville.
And South Carolina plays Virginia Tech.
South Carolina.
Who are they playing?
Virginia Tech.
South Carolina.
Oh, yeah. I think this is where it gets into where his father starts to come out in him. And, being the alma mater of, his dad being the alma mater of.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a nice homecoming.
It's going to be a great game. But I think that South Carolina is a beamer. And, he's gonna pull it out. Brute force.
I'm going all in South Carolina. I hope it's a night game.
Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be a nice one.
Yeah, you won't see the Virginia Tech players being beaten out that way.
Yeah. Yes. Next.
That's all.
That's
Oh.
all of them.
That's good.
What do we have on the bonus games?
You would ask that question. I did not print that out. Let me.
Hang on. See, I told you I'd be ready here. Hang on, my friend. Not so fast, my friend. Okay. So, see, I told you I'd be prepared. Bonus game number 1, Georgia Tech versus Colorado.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech.
It's at Colorado. I'll take Colorado.
I won't. They ain't got nobody.
Yeah, I'll take Colorado. Okay.
I'll take
Utah.
Ramblin' Wreck.
Yeah, Utah at UCLA. That's a game.
I don't know. Does Utah still have their 39-year-old quarterback?
Yeah, how old is that kid now at Utah?
He's 41.
Yeah, he's at least 41. Is he in a wheelchair or on a walker? because that will make a difference.
I think he's still on the cane.
Yeah, if he's still on a cane, I'm going, Utah.
Yeah. How did UCLA do last year?
I think they missed the poll, and only by a little bit, but I could be wrong. They could have at the end.
14th and big.
Mm-hmm. Out of 18.
They had a lot of close games there.
Yeah. Waiting for John. He's probably getting that coffee, and
I'm going to take UCLA.
now I'm going to go Utah.
Nope, I'm going to take UCLA.
Speed.
To an extent, grit.
John, who do you have for Utah UCLA? And it's at UCLA.
I got UCLA.
What does the computer say, sir?
I can't look at it because I got this website up, and
I mean, they beat Boise, they beat Hawaii, they lost to Indiana, they almost beat LSU, they almost beat Oregon, they were close to beating Penn State.
Okay, it's at UCLA. Utah was in the Pac-12 at that time. I'm still taking Utah. I'm taking Utah because this isn't unfamiliar territory for them. I think this is very familiar territory. I think that they're right there. So the travel's not going to be a problem. No, I advantage Utah. Okay, bonus number 3. Northwestern at Tulane. That's an interesting game.
Tulane.
Northwestern has to get their coaching together.
Yeah, I think that, well, they have to do something. They've been dealt a bad deck of cards, and they're out of the poker game. They're now playing Go Fish. So I'm going to go with Tulane. Here you go. This one will be very interesting. Auburn, who gave themselves 7 extra titles, I believe, in the national championship, they just promoted themselves and said, now we have more. We have 9 now.
Yeah, self-proclaimed 4 national titles.
Yeah, they added. Man, Auburn is trying to help as much as they can. They're telling the other teams in the SEC, how many you want? You got it. How many you want? You got it. So, but I'm going to go. I'm going to go Baylor on that one. I think Baylor is one of those speedy little teams, and they're pesky. And if they can hang in there with Auburn, and it's at Baylor, I think Baylor can win that game.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not a Baylor fan anymore.
Yeah, I'm not either, but I like them better than Auburn. Toledo at Kentucky.
Kentucky.
I don't know. The Rockets.
The Rockets are going to get rocket shipped. All right. Kentucky.
So you're telling me they're going to get packed up and sent to Mars?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I can see that. I'll take Kentucky. Who do you like, John?
Yep, Kentucky.
Yeah, I like that too.
Even
all right.
Even though Stoops is a D+ coach.
D++ or just yeah.
Paying $5 million a year for 5 wins.
That seems legit. You know.
Like, get your brother. What's he doing?
Yeah. Yeah. He's now going to be the water boy.
I know the people of Kentucky are starting to catch on, and they're a little bit behind the times.
All right, so who's next up? That we're done there with the bonus, and now we have the picks, and we did good with that. That is the pick 'em for the week, and make sure that you post that on up to Trim Radio offside, so John can read them, and John handles that page. So make sure that you post it up there so we have everything locked. We invite everybody to come on over there, join in. We are going to have trophies this year. We'll have a couple other surprises here and there that
It's our 7th year.
Huh?
It's our 7th year.
Yeah, this is the 7th year for it. So we're going to have a regular season trophy. We're going to have a championship trophy for the conference championships. We're going to have the bowl pick'em trophy for the overall who picks the most bowls, and then we are going to have a trophy for the teams that win the one side of the CFP, and then we're going to have the national championship trophy. So there'll be 5 trophies there. You get to have a shot at 5 of them, and we're probably going to toss in a shirt along with it for Trim Radio Offsides with John, Kahlin, and Michael. So make sure that you join in. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we are going to laugh along the way and make fun of some of the embarrassing things that happen in college football, and I believe this year will not disappoint. So
Maybe Kent State can win a game.
yeah, we're going to wait to see who stumbles to who and why. So what happened? Did they put invisible ink on the paper, when they were writing out the plays? We'll find out. But anyway, I thank you guys for joining us. We went a little over tonight, but well worth it because we're getting in the beginning of the season. So we have a lot to talk about. And the Michigan thing is done now. Everyone's prediction for Michigan this year.
8 wins.
Yeah.
John, your prediction for Michigan this year?
I like that they got this quarterback, but who's he throwing to?
The problem with Michigan is that they'll go 4 downs and they'll gain 3 yards a play. I guess I'm going to go with 9-2.
9-3?
9-2.
9-2?
Yeah.
All right. And the next biggest question, I have them at. We still have 12 games, right? We still have 12 games, so they'd be 9-3. I like 9-3. I think that's a good spot for them. Big question. Here it comes. Ohio State or Michigan this year?
Ohio State. It's going to be hard, though, and tough being in the big house. But
I think it'll be a tough game. Somehow it always ends up that way. But Ohio State has been humiliated enough, and I think that this year they're going to learn the lesson, and they're going to right the ship. If they don't, and the ship has, a lot of leaks in it, then it becomes the Titanic.
they're a very talented team this year. The thing that they lack is experience. That's the number one thing that Ohio State lacks is experience. On the offensive line, they have the most experience. Why? Because majority of those people got tossed in last year during the rotations. Defensive line, you have good experience, but none of them have key game time experience aside from rotations being tossed up in.
Well, that brings me to one more question, our final question. Lose to Michigan, win a national championship,
Yes.
or beat Michigan and not get the national championship.
Yes.
Which would you prefer?
National title. Always.
I think you got to go for the title with the cash.
Yeah. Well, it's the national title. Otherwise, why are you playing college football?
Yeah. The
John, yeah, that sounds legit.
I'm just saying, I don't go to school to go beat up a rival. No, I go to school to hold trophies.
Yeah.
You know?
well, I think that Coach Day is not Coach Cooper.
No, he's not. He would have never won a national title.
So I think it's
Yeah, Cooper was one of those guys.
He never won a national
he
title.
could get done. He did it all year long.
Yeah, and then when it
And
came
then-
time to money,
Ripped defeat from the jaws of victory.
that was Coop.
and that was his. He was Cooper Duper, and then he get to the Michigan game and become Cooper Pooper. Yeah. So, but I think interesting conversations. You guys give us your thoughts, and hopefully you guys are tuning in. Get used to us here Thursday, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Tonight we went a little bit over, and that's okay. Enjoyable always. I hope you all had a good time. And Kahlin, you had a good time. John, do you have a good time?
yeah. My bladder is saying otherwise, but yes.
Yeah, that's an age thing. And I get it.
It's a
Mine does
40
that at about 2 o'clock in the morning, and it says, "Run." And if I stub my toe, I'm down 30 minutes. I'll crawl. So it's just the way it goes. But anyway, we will catch you guys next week. And let me get back on here. We're switching spots again. We will catch you guys next week. Please tune in to us. If you want to join us, let us know. We will put up a link so that you can join. You can come on. You can be in the conversation with us. Give us your thoughts. Give us your opinions. If we don't like it, we'll just hang up on you. But we have a lot of fun here. We keep it clean. John comes up with the best analogies, so we add to it. And let's just hope that, this is going to be a good year and a lot of fun. And good luck to everyone and their teams. And that's it, man. John, you got any final thoughts?
It'll be fun to watch
It'll be
Coach
fun.
Kahlin scramble for 12 weeks.
Yep, absolutely. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Offsides. John, thank you, sir. And let's get down to our thanks for watching. This is what we thanks. Oh, and we do have merchandise. So if you want, you could come on over to trimradio.com. Go on to Offsides. We have coffee mugs. We have shirts. We have all kinds of stuff. And you know what? It's a lot of fun. So perfect.
Cool.
All right.
I need coffee.
Yeah, the coffee mugs. That's the ones I want. Coffee. That's me during the game. Coffee. Well, I have to get up there. I have to coach. So, I think we all do that. But anyway, take care, guys. Thanks for tuning in. John, we'll catch you not next week, the week after.
Cool.
All right. I'll see you, brother.
Yeah,
God bless.
see ya. Have
Bye.
fun. Bye-bye.